Welcome to the ultimate Tolkien Tournament. This is Middle-earth Madness.
Woo!
Welcome.
Good to see you guys again. Long time no see.
All right.
We are here to break down the fourth of the four regions, the Numenor region.
Looks like we got joined by Aowen here.
Oh, how you doing, Awen?
Hi.
Hi.
She's dead.
She's dead.
Can't
She's
talk.
dead.
She's dead.
R.I.P.
RP, man. Yeah, so in this region, who we got? We got the one seed Gothmog, Lord of Balrogs. In a winnable, but what? No.
No.
Not very winnable.
No.
116.
That's what I
matchup
mean.
there.
Sam has a way better chance for Sauron than
Yeah.
Mary against Gothmog.
No.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. And then we got Sauruman as our 2 seed.
He's
We've
going to
got
make a run.
Ungoliant as the 3.
Ooh.
And we've got Luthien Tenuviel as the 4.
Yeah.
So what do we think? Any some of the lower seeds, something below a 6 have a fighting chance here? We've got folks like, the 6 would be Thorondor against the Isildur.
I've got a bunch of upsets in this one.
Me too.
For me, a lot of people seem to have that one ultimate, nuclear option to kill the person. So like Shelob and, Frodo has Sting and, all these guys have the nuclear option, otherwise being relatively weak. So I have a couple of upsets going on.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. Let's hear about the top half of the region.
Let's see here. Gothmog, I have winning, beating Mary, definitely.
Okay.
That's no contest. So sorry, Mary, you're dead. After that, I have Aragorn, a little bit of a homer here, but I think Aragorn has range, Aragorn has melee, Aragorn has everything, so Aragorn beats Beleg.
Yeah. Okay, I like it.
Right.
Agreed on both of those.
Here's where I have my first upset. Shelob.
This is your 12-5.
Shelob over the wolf.
Same.
Huan.
So I think Shelob lays in wake. Huan goes down without really much of a fight.
Ooh, so a convincing 12-5.
Mm-hmm. Here I have Luthien Tannenbaum coming up with a victory here. She mesmerizes the wolf, and bam, no problem.
She's been known to do that on more than one occasion. Mesmerized.
I've got another upset here.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, Draugluin. I think
Draugluin.
and I think that's my only 13. That might be my strongest upset throughout all of the regions, honestly.
And I kind of like it because, man, if you've read the Silmarillion, it almost happened in the book, which is why I couldn't resist kind of pairing these two up in this region, man, because Draugluin, I think he's an underrated, unbelievably savage character who, just by the grace of fate and a couple different things working at the same time, Huan with Luthien, with the cloak, and with the enchantment.
Yeah, it
could have gone a little differently. It was kind of a 2v1. That's right.
If Huan wasn't there, right.
Yeah. So Draugluin, hand-bred by...
He gets his revenge.
Yeah. Morgoth, hand-fed in the depths of Autumno. And then, also some power being cast upon him by Sauron in the tower. It could happen. That's the point.
Do you think, what kind of food do you think he's getting? Like ribeyes every night? If he's getting fed and bred by Sauron.
Man flesh.
Man flesh.
Has to be.
Elf flesh.
Oh. Ooh. Yes, your dog is very bitey. It feeds on man flesh.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh. So what about the bottom half of this region here?
I have an upset right there. Frodo versus the Ungoliant, because Frodo has experience with spiders and Mithril and Sting.
I like it. I think it could definitely happen. Now, Frodo, if you recall, obviously he's a 14 here. Most of the other hobbits are 16s.
16s.
And that's because, a little bit of fate, but mostly Mithril and Sting.
Mm-hmm.
It would not be shocking. Although, okay, so let's dispense with the argument. I can already hear people saying, "How the hell is Ungoliant a 3?" I mean, some would say this is a fallen Maiar. We don't know exactly what she is, what her origin is. She lived in southern Valinor and helped Morgoth slay the trees, pinned down Morgoth. Maybe could have slain or severely damaged Morgoth, but that's after eating all the hoard of jewels of Feanor, and after sucking the life force, the light, out of those 2 trees, swelling to an unbelievable size.
Yeah.
And then, having like all the power in the world, and ultimately when Morgoth tries to renege on his deal and not give her the promised price of helping him, she pins him down, and he has to summon the Balrogs to help him out. That wasn't a one-on-one, right? That was like, Gothmog, come help me out over here. Need your help. And then with the fiery throngs, Ungoliant's driven away. However, there's not enough beyond that here. Ungoliant, and in the testing, we had her as a 2. I think she could still be a 2. She failed against the top 1 seeds. All the 1 seeds take her in battle because she's lumbering, she's big, she's not fast. It's easy to engage her in battle, and once those top seeds engage her, they can usually do damage. So that's what you'll see in the battle engine, if that's helpful. But a 3, weirdly, in the testing, came up to be about right for her.
Nice.
Doesn't mean she can't win. That's not to say she can't come totally out of this region and beat anyone in this field. That's just how the testing played out. So I wanted to talk to that.
Just sticking to the books.
Sticking to the books. So what do you guys think of Saruman? Does he go down early?
Let's see. I have Saruman going down at the very end.
He gets all the way to the final game here in the region, right?
Yes, sir. I have an 8 coming from out of nowhere to win it all in this region.
So that'd be Aragorn?
Yeah, you may have heard of him before. He's got
I think I've heard the name.
He's got a couple of weapons. He's got some great armor. He's got some range. He's got some up close skills. He's pretty well rounded. Plus, he's the future king. He's he's a ranger. He's all of it.
He's got a hell of a sword too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I've got Ungoliant actually. Circling back to her, I've got her taking down Saruman in whatever that was.
I like that pick, actually.
So, yeah. And then the other thing I have here is Isildur coming out, beating Thorondor, actually. Isildur's sneaky. I just,
He is. The Numenorians overall as a race in this are just, they're nasty. But they all got really tough draws, right? That's what you'll notice about some of them is they got really tough draws coming out. It doesn't mean they can't do damage, though.
Yeah. And that upset's kind of, honestly, I didn't put a whole lot of thought into that. It's just a gut feeling. I don't know. I don't have a lot of analysis there. It's just I think he's going to win somehow.
Yeah. The Eagles are tough to call, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Great band.
Yeah, so we'll see. So yeah, I have Ungoliant actually going all the way against Gothmog.
Oh,
so the final in this.
Oh, in the final. Okay, so you got Gothmog. Sorry, so wrong region here. You must mean Glauru?
No, I'm sorry. No, go down to the region we're in.
Oh, my fault. I'm overlooking Gothmog. Here we go.
Yeah. Gothmog 1 runs the table. Basically, doesn't have a problem with anybody here.
Okay.
So it's a Gothmog versus Ungoliant, kind of a throwback to the literature in a way there that you just referenced their tangle, but the other Balrogs aren't there, and we're assuming she hasn't just snacked on a bunch of Silmarils. So
Right.
Yeah, that should be interesting. I have Gothmog winning.
Nice. Josh?
You have Gothmog winning everything?
The region.
Oh, okay.
The region.
Gothmog goes down early in mine.
It would have to be to Aragorn.
To
there
Aragorn.
Now,
Yep.
Woo!
Yep.
Nope.
So
Nope.
you gotta have faith. You gotta believe. Even even San Diego State had a Steph Curry that one year. So
it's Easter, but I still don't.
Our Savior has risen indeed. So, and his name is Aragorn, and he's going to win it all. He's so balanced.
You got Aragorn out of this region.
Oh, yeah.
I think that'll be a pretty popular pick, actually, just because name recognition. It's like getting Kentucky or Carolina in the field in March Madness, right? Like, people are going to pick him regardless.
Yeah, it's a UNC
fine.
or a Duke at an 8. It's in my opinion, way underrated. He's too balanced. He's too good at so many things. Plus his armor.
I like it. I like it. So I'll show you guys what I got here, and then we can talk about our overall picks. All right, here. What upsets? I feel like I didn't have enough upsets here. Very chalky. Very chalky. Shame on me, because there's going to be some upsets, and I didn't hardly call any of these.
The only upsets you have are upsetting me, my friend. Aragorn going down at the very beginning.
I got Thorondor beating Ungoliant here. I guess that's the only upset. And Beleg, you can't really call that an upset because that's a tough one. Beleg is another one of those. He's an elite archer from the first stage. So all it takes is one lucky stroke, and that's what you see with a lot of our good archers is if they get engaged in melee, like a sticky character that can stick you, and the way they do that is with their engagement sort of Madden skills, which is agility mainly. Super agile characters that can keep on engaging you in melee, that's going to be tough. The problem is Aragorn is kind of one of those guys. Like, he's very agile. So I'm just banking on a lucky arrow at some point, a disengagement, a shot. We'll see if it happens. But I like this region probably less than any of my others. Like, I think Saruman as a 2 is probably the worst 2. He's the most beatable 2. Right here, Húrin. We didn't talk about him. That dude is a badass, an absolute beast. Probably the nastiest mortal man ever in Tolkien, right? I mean, the guy slew 70 trolls. Yeah. I mean, he was fated, and then he was cursed by Morgoth. His whole family was cursed. That's how. Let's just say he got a lot of attention from Morgoth for that. Morgoth wasn't a fan, so he could definitely beat Saruman right there. And then who knows? But here's what I got. So if we take this away, I'm curious to hear you guys' final 4.
Let's see here.
So I'll put the main bracket back up here.
For me, it would be if we jump back to the first top left region. I don't remember what they're called. Sorry, but I have the Witch King.
It should be on here. Okay, Witch King coming out of
the top left.
I like that.
Yeah, and then I have Uncalagan the Black. So it would be the Witch King versus Uncalagan.
Coming out of this region.
And Uncalagan wins that. And then in the other side, I have. And the other side, I have Glorfindel versus Gothmog.
Love it.
And
Glorfindel is a 4.
Gothmog taking down Glorfindel. So then in my final, it's Uncalagan the Black versus Gothmog, Lord of Balrogs.
And an all-evil final. Ooh, Gothmog wins it all. I like it. I love it. All right, what do you got, Josh?
Unstoppable force.
Dude, he pretty much is.
Force.
He really might be. I mean, who ultimately slew that guy? I'm trying to remember. It was Ecthelion.
Ecthelion, yeah, we went over it earlier.
We did. Yeah, we hit on that. Okay, so
I believe it's Aragorn who actually took him down in the second round.
Note to self, Ecthelion is going to make the next tournament. We didn't include him here, but he failed to qualify for this tournament. But we'll get him in the next field.
He has a whole tower built after him. Come on, now.
Dude, I know, man. That's an oversight.
Yeah. For my bracket, left side's all chalk. Eonwë, Sauron out of the left.
Cool.
I have Eonwë winning that
Okay,
to
so
go to the
Eonwë.
finals. Over there on the right-hand side, top right, I have Glorfindel coming out. I believe we discussed that one.
Yep.
Aragorn, I have as my dark horse coming out of the bottom right.
Ooh, the 8. Yeah, I like that.
He's going to be beat to hell. So I have Glorfindel winning that fight.
Okay.
And then Glorfindel going down to Eonwë at the very end.
Glorfindel against Eonwë. So Chucky has all good. Chucky has all evil.
Mm-hmm.
In Ancalagon against Gothmog. Gothmog winning. Josh has
3. I have 1 evil going in out of the bottom left-hand category.
Got it. But in your final, you got Glorfindel against Eowyn.
Yeah.
Love it, man. And you said Eowyn wins it all.
Yeah. It's kind of the final battle is kind of lackluster, easy win. Glorfindel's beat to hell, all that stuff. So
yep,
that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, I'm not too different here. I have what's the easiest way to show you guys this? Yeah, so one region I've got Eowyn coming out of this region.
Agree.
I've got Feanor coming out of the top of the other region.
It's a little chalky up top.
Very chalky. I've got Ancalagon, I think is my only non-chalk pick, to be honest with you. But I got a lot of upsets in this field to help him get there. And then I've got Gothmog. So in my final, Gothmog on the left, on the right here, I've got Gothmog over Feanor.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we saw in the books. Not too creative. And then I've got Eowyn.
Tolkien did it first.
Over on Calagon to set up Eowyn against Gothmog.
Ooh.
And I got to agree with Josh. Eowyn narrowly beats Gothmog in the final.
So
and I got Eowyn taking it all.
What I'm struggling to remember any what battles did Eowyn fight in? Like what in the literature, what did he do? Because I remember him obviously, but so much.
So him being the herald. Yeah, exactly. He's Manwë, one of the Valar's right-hand man. He's a Maya, like Gandalf and Saruman and Sauron. And he didn't do nothing. He stayed in Valinor until the Wars of Wrath, sort of like Manwë did. Just I don't know. I'm not a fan of Manwë. I'll go ahead and tell everyone that right now. He's Mr. I'm just going to sit in my tower and not help out at all. And I'm going to have others do my bidding and just pray to Iluvatar and ask him, is it time to help the elves yet? No, okay. I'm just going to stay here, okay? And, at least dudes like Ulmo, Lord of Waters, he would go and cast his spell. He would help the elves in Beleriand and in Middle-earth. He was at least partly there. Orome, partly there, kind of by proxy. But anyway, Eowyn works for Manwë, so he obeys Manwë, and he just sat there until the very end, until the Noldor, the elves in Beleriand, were completely defeated, completely beaten by Morgoth. And then, finally, Manwë prays to, after Eowyn intervenes on behalf of elves and men, Eowyn sails to Valinor and says, is it time yet, guys? Are you done dilly-dallying? And finally, the Valar have one last council, and they said, okay, maybe we should do something about it. Maybe we should do something about this guy, Morgoth. All right. Tulkas, get over here. And so Tulkas is the god of battle. But Eowyn is the Maiar of battle. And Eowyn was the one that commanded the armies of the Valar in the Wars of Wrath. He commanded the elves that stayed, the Teleri and the Vanyar that stayed in Valinor. And he infiltrates Angband along with Tulkas, goes down to the dungeons where Morgoth is hiding, slays Balrogs on his way down there, slays other beasts that are undescribed specifically on his way down there. He's an unstoppable sort of demon-slaying force. The remaining Balrogs flee, one of which ends up in Moria. And, he goes down there and they chain him and Tulkas, chain Morgoth. So, and that's all we know about Eowyn, really. Just kind of an unstoppable force in one war.
So he was the nuclear
maybe it's
option.
just I was so focused on Toolkos and those others.
Yeah. Look, I'll be the first to admit there's limited data points, but we do know that he's described as the mightiest of the Maiar of the Valar, right? So the good Maiar, the mightiest in arms of all of them. He is a Maiar. He actually does kind of use his power, unlike these other guys, unlike these other Maiar, unlike the Istari.
Mm-hmm.
At least in the very, very end, when Morgoth is more or less defeated, right? But Morgoth, and again, keep in mind, Morgoth is a Valar, so an order of magnitude above a Maiar, and he still says, "Okay, dude, I've spent my power. Maybe that's why, but I want no piece of this guy. Like, I'll go back peaceably." And Toolkos pins him and chains him again and says, "All right, you're banished to the void."
To the void.
To the void.
Cool.
All right, guys, that wraps up our bracket preview, man. I appreciate you guys. Good to see your mugs, man. Happy Easter.
Nice. Happy Easter to you.
Happy Easter. See ya.
All right, everyone. Good luck with your picks. And hit up Middle-earth Madness. Games start tomorrow. That's Monday, April 1st. So stream.
That's no trick.
That's no trick. It's no April Fools. There will be games, and they will start tomorrow, or depending on when you're watching this, April 1st, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So hop on Twitch, watch them live if you want. They'll be on YouTube on demand, and we'll see what happens. It's not going to be as chalky as I picked it. I can tell you that. But that's why they play the games. We're going to see.
Looking forward to watching, man.
Thanks, fellas.
See ya.